Hello everybody, back with another oh my goodness, it's already bad. I already don't know what to say. It's actually Thanksgiving Day around like 1:45 p.m. and I just really felt like I wanted to make a video today. A lot has definitely happened since the last time I filmed and posted a video, and I kind of wanted to just I don't know. I kind of wanted to just talk through it a little bit and what I've been thinking, what I've experienced, and I don't know, just some other things that have been going on. And I actually planned on trying to film outside today, so we're gonna see how that is. So I'm filming this actually at Towner's Woods, which is like a place that I used to run at a lot in high school with like my cross country and track team. I don't know, I was like, I want to film outside today, but I didn't really know where, so I was like, this is pretty close to where I live, so we'll just film here. It's also like super weird. I think I said this before, I've never filmed while walking, I've never filmed outside, and I've also never made like a vlog before, so like this is a lot of new stuff right in a row, but I don't know, it just feels like really good to be out here. Also, hint to the future, maybe like I might be doing this like a little bit more, and like also like in some video ideas that I have for like later on, but you know, that'll be later, so don't be you know, on the edge of your seat for now. Don't be doing that. So there's some mud here. So basically this video, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna title it, but I guess like the basic concept of what I wanted to talk about was sort of relating to just like the fact that I haven't had any videos out recently, and it's kind of just because I've just been thinking about my life like in general, just being like a senior in college, still not really knowing like what I'm gonna do with my life, what I want to do for work, what I want to do in the future. Definitely like growing up, that was something I always thought about, but I always was like, I'll figure it out later. But like the future that I was thinking of is like almost here, and I definitely have been putting like a lot of pressure on myself lately, especially past few weeks / months. Just like I'm not figuring this out yet, like there's something wrong, and I don't know, I need to like shut down, stop doing things, and like really just like focus and hone in on, I don't know, honestly I was thinking like I'll hone in on like school, but like most of the time it was just like doing nothing, or just like sitting there and worrying, like not really doing anything productive really. Like you'd think you would be doing something productive if you weren't scheduling yourself to do anything, but like that's also what happens to me a lot during like breaks, like school breaks. I'd be like, it's break time, so I'm gonna do stuff productive, but like I never do. It's weird. But also, yeah, so with that, like taking a break from doing stuff was also sort of like, okay, I'm gonna like stop filming videos, I'm gonna stop putting that kind of thing out. Just, I don't know, not sure if I like just needed a break, or if I just was like, I'm not sure I should be doing this, but like my last video was quite a while ago, and some interesting things were happening while I was like taking a break. I was like, oh, there's a squirrel. Ooh, it's very pretty. I'm gonna show this. Very pretty out here. Always enjoyed running here in high school. Just on like the trails. But yeah, while taking a break from making videos and stuff, I was kind of like thinking to myself, even while filming those videos, I was like, maybe this like isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. Like maybe it was just like a little bit of like a trial and error, or not trial and error, like it was like something I was just trying out as like a hobby, but something, you know, I felt that like was important to me, that God was maybe calling me to do, just like, I don't know. And yeah, I thought maybe that was just it, and I kind of left it at that for a few days to a week after stopping, you know, planning out videos and like writing scripts and whatnot. Which actually, if you don't know, I don't think I've ever said this, but like for video ideas, I would always like jot down like a bunch of notes and like verses on like my notes app, and I would always be like reading that while I'm filming, like with my phone. So like that was kind of what I was doing quite a bit through the week. I would always like be like jotting down stuff and being like, okay, this is like the idea of the video and this is what I'll be saying, so I can kind of like stay like in character while filming and not having to like stop so much and read stuff and then film again. This video is not like that. This is literally me just walking on a trail and just talking to the camera, which is very weird and like, I don't know. It's a lot less stressful actually, which is amazing to me. Like when I would like plan out videos and whatnot, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so stressful. And like, am I saying the right things? Am I using the right verses? And like, is this what God wants me to like be saying in this video or in this moment? This is not one of those videos. Just thought I'd switch it up here to kind of discuss the direction I kind of want to be taking in life. So yeah, also like kind of like related to the fact of like I was writing out scripts and planning out videos pretty consistently, and also pretty like diligently, or like I would definitely be doing it like pretty much like a school assignment essentially. Like I would be like, oh my gosh, this feels like I'm gonna get a grade for this video, or like how I'm planning it out like matters tremendously. And it would definitely put like a lot of stress on me, and like I'd feel like I had high expectations for like how this video is going to turn out, or what this channel would be like putting out for content. And like, especially being like a Christian content channel, it's like, wow, like the Lord must expect a ton of me if he's called me to do this. And it's like just like really stressful and anxiety inducing to me, especially just my character as kind of like an introvert. And then like growing up, always feeling like I wasn't good enough, doing enough good things, or like just living up to like the high expectations that my parents had for me. I love my parents, but like they, you know, might have, I don't know, made me feel like I was not good enough sometimes, just by the way they would act or talk to me about, you know, school and certain things like that. But I don't know, I definitely felt that while like starting the channel, and like where I was imagining like the direction of like where it would go. I was just talking to some guy and his dogs. I just lost my train of thought. So anyway, what was I saying? Something about being like just stressed out and just like feeling high expectations, I think. And that kind of like unfortunately goes along with like a lot of things that I do. And it's definitely one of like the main barriers I have to cross with like doing anything, which it sucks because like, you know, if I want to do something fun, I don't know, start a new hobby or like start a YouTube channel or something, it's like I sometimes will hold myself to like a high standard of like, oh, this isn't perfect, so I'm failing and let's just stop now because it's not worth it or whatever. But I definitely have been getting better at that. But like a lot of things that I, you know, have ever been interested in, it's like I've gotten to the point where sometimes like the worry gets so bad where it's like, oh, like that looks fun or that sounds fun, like maybe I should try to learn that or try to do that. And like I might have like, you know, everything that I would need to do it, but I back out of it, or I, you know, I don't even try, because I'm like, you know what, you know, from things that I've experienced in the past, like this won't work, so let's just not even go for it. You know, why waste my time? But like sometimes it, you know, can really ruin like my mindset and my attitude in my day, you know, just towards things that's like, this could be a huge opportunity for growth, or it could be like doing something that's really positive, but like the fear and the anxiety and stress and expectations kind of like hold me back. And it's kind of I don't know, it's kind of like my own personal, like, I would even, you know, consider it maybe like a sin issue, or like sort of just like I let, you know, the negative words of like the devil get inside my head, and it's like, you're not good enough, and, you know, God would never want you to try this anyway, like even though it seems like a good thing, or it would like benefit other people or whatever. Like, let's just, you know, just listen to your inner thoughts and your inner voices that say you're not good enough, and that you should, you know, just quit now, because it's, you know, it's only going to get worse, or you're not going to succeed, you're not going to do good, and like you'll never live up to God's standard, you know, which is, it's like the devil will definitely use like little truths, but like it's all a big giant lie in the end. Like even when like tempting Adam and Eve in the garden, like he started with Eve saying like little things that God had said, that, or like some of the story that he said was true. Like, you know, did he say you shouldn't eat from any of the fruit, or like surely you'll die if you eat it? But like God didn't actually say that word for word, but he uses like little truths, but like shrouds it in mostly lies to like deceive people. And I feel like for me, that's something, you know, very basic that you learn in Christianity in Genesis, but like I forget it so much of the time when I'm like, you know, listening to thoughts in my head that I shouldn't be. And I don't know, it's definitely like a problem that I haven't really dealt with, and I want to try to start doing that, but I don't know, it's not easy, definitely. But yeah, as I was kind of considering, you know, what I wanted to do with myself and my life while I was taking a break from videos, it was weird how like I would be doing something else or thinking about other things, and then like, I don't know, I could never fully like forget about like making videos. I was like, oh yeah, I used to do that. Not like it was like a super long break, but it was like, oh, like I would experience something and I'd be like, dang, this would be like a good video idea or concept to go over. Like, especially when like reading the word or something like really cool happens in my life, I'm like, this would be something I would before have like jotted down on my phone notes to just like, oh, this is an idea, this is a concept idea I had, like maybe we could do a video. And I would also have like some people who I either knew and like saw a lot ask me about like the channel and videos, be like, oh, when are you putting another video out? And I'd be like, oh, I don't know, I'm not really like making videos right this minute, or like I'd say something like, I don't know if it's like what I'm supposed to do. But it's crazy. The weirdest thing happened to me a couple weeks ago, but I'll kind of get into that in a minute. But basically, yeah, the idea of me like making videos, and I don't know, seeing that in a different light, kind of like it came to me through talking to people. And basically three conversations that I had with people in the past like 2 months came up. I searched for God and found only myself. I searched for myself and only found God. Rumi. Huh. That's pretty cool. So cool. Like, that's so weird. I'm talking about God and like something like that comes up. You know, only you, man. But anyway, yeah, like the first conversation was with Kyle, and we were kind of just talking about you know, is the reason why I stopped making videos because of like the expectations behind it, or was it actually something, you know, a little bit deeper than that? And there's obviously like some things I've forgotten about that conversation, but it was basically something like that. The next conversation that I had was with a childhood friend of mine who I was, oh my goodness, it's so bright. I was interviewing this friend, his name is Trevor, and I was interviewing him for a school project about like starting your own business. And I was basically like praying to God. I was like, hey, like, you know, I hadn't had like the best day at work, and I was like, I want you to speak through me when I'm talking to Trevor. And we actually ended up having like a really cool like talk. I was just talking to him about like what he believes and whatnot, but like I was happy with like where the conversation was going, and yeah, I feel like he got something from that. But like what was really cool was like we were talking about his business, and basically like some of the other questions, or some of the questions I asked him about the business kind of like related to like how did you start, or like what inspired you to start your own business. And I mean, the main thing that I got, like the main takeaway personally, was like he literally was like, I just don't like what I'm doing in my life. And I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna, you know, just start and just gonna do this. You know, I don't need like a lot of stuff to, I didn't need a lot of stuff to like start the business. You know, oh, it's bright. I started with, you know, very little and just like started doing it. And I was like, wow, like that's actually really inspiring. It kind of just like struck me as like, wow, that's like really cool. And like, I wish I could just start doing that again. So that's kind of like what I'm out here doing. Yeah. It's another like really cool site of Towner's Woods. I have like a big bowl. It's really cool. I just like have like so many memories of just like running all the way like through that and like down there. Very cool. And then yeah, the third conversation that I had was with the pastor of Talmadge Alliance Church, which is the church I grew up going to. And he was like the pastor who was kind of like transitioning. He was transitioning in as the new pastor when my family was kind of leaving, and we didn't really have like a super close connection back then because I was like 11 or 12. But I reconnected with him. He's one of the people who actually like I was meeting with when I was first like, you know, reaching out to God again, and I was like, I don't really know like who do I talk to about this. And I like messaged him on Instagram, and we started talking again just about like what I was feeling and all the stuff that I was going through, you know, a year plus ago. And I was talking to him about this a little bit, and you know, basically like, well, actually the channel didn't come up specifically, but like what we were talking about was sort of just like, you know, I'm unsure of like what I should be doing with my life. You know, is like I really enjoy like my ministry life that I'm doing, like reading the word like every day, or trying to read every day, going to teachings twice a week with college ministry. And I was like, I don't know, this feels like so good. And like, is God calling me to like do something with this? You know, I keep thinking like, I wanna, you know, see if, I don't know, anything could come from it, basically. And like living kind of by the motto of like no pressure with like this channel. Like I kind of want to like post and feel like good about it, and not really like live by the fear, you know. Not that like living without fear is what you want to do, but like without like the fear and stress and anxiety. Like I prayed before I started recording, and I've definitely felt like very good about it so far. Basically, I want to keep making videos, but just like not putting just like all that pressure on myself to just like put out videos that like, oh, they have to perform well, they have to be perfect, they have to be like exactly how God would want them, and just, you know, just trying to do my best, you know, no pressure, essentially. I also wanted to just share this verse that I read today, Jeremiah 1:4-8. And I don't remember it word for word, but it says something like, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and I appointed you to be set apart. And basically, like, that kind of spoke to me, especially when it comes to the part where it says, like, I'm too young to speak. And I don't know, it's like, I don't want to be like saying like, Lord, I can't do this, because like if he wills it, then it can happen. So basically, no pressure. I want to keep making videos,